Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here with your monthly reading. We're looking at August. Let's get to the monthlies. You will be having a weekly reading coming up this week as well. So pay attention. Here we go. Let's find out what's going on, my fire family. Thank you so much for clicking here. Let's find out what is going on for you in the month of August. If you are a sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Jupiter sign, and you have Sagittarius there, something here could make sense for you. Let's find out what's going on for you, Sag. Tell me about August. What's unfolding for Sagittarius in August? We do have time to let go. We have trust in divine detours. That's very interesting. And then we have trust the great mystery. Wow. We've got time to collaborate. It feels, Sagittarius, that you are going to be pulled away from something, someone that is usual, I would say, something you can count on. We've got the groundhog spirit, and I'm thinking about when the groundhog allegedly shows up in February, right? It's something that we do every year, right? Even though we know that it predicts nothing most of the time, but we have fun with it. I'm just looking at this groundhog spirit, time to let go. And then right here we have trust divine detours. I feel like in August you're about to take a divine detour. I don't know that you're going to want to take it, but I feel like it's a really good opportunity. The thing is I feel like even if you don't want to take it, I think that the opportunity to collaborate with someone is so good that I feel that card number 16 is here for a reason. That is the Tower, right? In tarot, it feels like something is going to begin to fall apart. So even if you're going that way and you think this is fine, I'm not going to take the opportunity to collaborate with anybody. Why would I break it if it's not, or why would I fix it if it's not broken? It feels like things are going to start to break. So I feel like you should trust in the divine detour and keep your eye on the prize, I'll say. We do have the whale spirit here, and they say whales live forever, right? We don't really truly know how long whales live, but it does feel like trust in the great mystery is just that. We don't really know how long whales live. We don't really know how smart they are. We know they're highly intelligent, but they carry like eons and eons, I'll say, of information with them because they've been alive longer than humans. So I feel like you're going to have to let something go in favor of collaboration with someone else. We've got card number 1 here. It feels like it's like a piece of the puzzle. So I feel like you really fit in there really well, but it feels like you are going to have to trust the detour because I don't think that you see what the outcome is going to be because the ocean is endless. Like we know that going into the ocean and the sea, it's endless. There's places we can't reach to see what's going on because it's so deep. So very interesting energy. Let's find out what else is going on here. I think August is gonna, pardon me, help you let go of something. Tell me more about Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter in the month of August. Tell me about Sag. Fire family, tell me all about Sag, please. I think that whatever you're going, it feels like you're going to have to let go of something that made you feel very sturdy or stable. Because we've got card 31 and that's a 4. It's almost like there is something calling you to a new opportunity here, and you've been pretty stable in the energy that you've been in, but I feel like this is something that you're supposed to do. The divine detour is going to show up as a tower. It's going to surprise you, or this tower, sometimes the tower shows up because you won't move, and it's going to try and make it so difficult for you to stay that you're going to want to go. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. So I'm going to say that it feels as though that there was a sturdy foundation here, but it's time to go because I feel like you no longer have faith that it's going to work. Possibly you're on the outside looking in of the project, of whatever this is. It feels like you're on the outside looking in, or you're feeling in lack, like this isn't what I want to do anymore. It feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again. You know, the saying Groundhog Day, right? It feels like you're doing the same thing over and over, which means you're not stretching, you're not learning new things. It feels like I just keep spinning my wheels and not really doing anything else but spinning my wheels. It feels like you are falling into lack, but because it's comfortable, because it's a place that is of comfort, I think, or it's fairly stable, the thing is I feel like it's fairly stable financially, but I feel like you're really not living on a whole lot. So I feel like you're scared to move forward or scared to grow. We've got the 5 of Swords in the reverse. All right. And tell me about the Trust the Great Mystery. Oh, Mystery of the High Priestess. I love that. So we do have the Coyote spirit here. You know what? I feel like you're not going to fight the Tower. No, I don't think you will. I feel like you are going to trust in the divine detour. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who's quite spiritually intact. I would say that you do go with the flow. You're a person, you know, when I say this is for Sagittarius, this could be for, maybe you're a Libra and you're watching this, or maybe you're a Taurus and you're watching this, but you have a Sag rising, or maybe you're a Sagittarius with something else that is in your moon and your rising. So I feel like there is something here, you're not going to fight it. When it begins to fall apart, you're going to take it as, this is time for me to go. It's time for me to let go, because I've been doing the same thing over and over and I'm not making much more money. I'm not learning anything new. It feels like being stuck in some sort of lack, I would say. And so I don't think you're going to fight it. I think that you are just going to leave it as it is, let it fall apart, and then trust the divine detour. I love that the High Priestess has shown up with trust the great mystery, because I feel like there are a lot of things that the High Priestess knows that nobody else knows. And it's a lot of spiritual knowledge. It's a lot of spiritual nourishment. It's being so close to the veil. It's a knowing. This is Piscean energy. And it feels like there is a knowing, and that's why you go forward. It feels like you're a person of psychic energy, or you trust that when your intuition says go, you go. It does feel like it is something that's brand new here. Yeah, sometimes life stings. Look, I don't think you're going to want to let go, but I think when the Tower shows up, you're not going to fight it. No, I don't think you are. I think you are just going to keep going. I think you're going to trust that even though this is a mystery, that your intuition is guiding you to the right place, to something that is brand new. Tell me about the 5 of Pentacles here. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Strength card. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you want to either make more money, you want to be more courageous. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. Whenever the Queen of Pentacles is with anything, she multiplies it. So I feel like you want to multiply your finances. I feel like you want to be in the center of something, and it almost feels like somebody shoved you off to the side, or you keep doing the same thing over and over again, Groundhog Day. It does feel like with the Page of Swords, it's like somebody here is pretty excited that they've gotten the point. Look, the aces are in the air for me. It's like, hey, I've realized something, or I've got something to say. So it does feel like the book is open, and all of these little, those are birds. I don't know what kind of birds they are, but it feels like there's some sort of an idea that's floating about. So I feel like you're going to feel more courageous. I don't think you're going to hold back anymore. I think you were holding back because possibly when you came to this job or this group or whatever this is here that has become Groundhog Day, I think you were new. You were probably young. You didn't know a whole lot. I feel like you've learned a lot since then because you're resourceful and you dig for information. I feel like you became more courageous. And the only reason that you're holding back is because of the stability that whatever this is brings you. Card number 31 is a 4, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So I do feel that this Queen of Pentacles is about to multiply your financial situation. Or not if, but when you move, because I feel like it's a when, because the Tower is here, it is going to give you more, not only money, but time, effort, and energy, better health. It feels like better mental health, better financial health. It feels like something begins to grow quite rapidly, but I feel like you weren't ready to make the change, and the universe sends in the Tower for those of you who are stuck in this energy of, no, I don't want to change. I want the situation to get better. I don't want to leave. We've got the 5 of Swords. You're outgrowing your environment. So when the Emperor shows up for me in a situation like that, it's because it's like the Alice in Wonderland effect. It feels like somebody here has been making themselves small in order to fit into the situation. But I think that when the tower shows up. It breaks away, like it breaks things away, like the walls break, the roof is gone, and it starts to, you start to realize that there's more ways in which you can stretch or grow. And so that's why you're not fighting this this tower. I feel like you are trusting in the divine details. It does feel like something here shows up in the middle of the month, and it feels as though moving into or agreeing to or maybe being shoved into the new vibration of being the Empress is something that I feel it feels like it's something that exhausts you, or it's something you need to heal from. Because when you get thrust into the next vibration and you're not ready for it, it's like the Fool. You're like in a place you've never been before, and now everything's on you. Now I've got to make all the money for myself. I've got to be strong and honest and truthful and have boundaries and be independent. And I feel like it is... you didn't fight the tower because you knew that it was a divine detour, but I feel it's almost like you're shoved into this new vibration, and it feels as though you've got to just lay down for a second. It feels like this Ten of Swords tells me that it's exhausting. It's exhausting. I don't think that you realize, and sometimes we don't, right? When we're just sort of running on pure adrenaline or pure fire, we don't realize how something has really kicked the crap out of us. So it could be mental exhaustion that you've come to here, Sag. It feels like you have to heal something that was very painful. It feels like the end of the cycle was very painful, and it might be because it began to fall apart and you decided to move away. I feel like when the tower came and starts to make you realize, or sort of pieces begin to fall away, you start to see that the foundation is faulty. It feels like it's a very painful move that you have to make. I feel like what's on the other side of you making the move or allowing yourself to grow into your vibration is the Empress energy. So although the Empress energy can be a scary place to be because you're at it all alone, you don't have a partner, you don't have a business partner, you don't have a love partner, you're doing it all by yourself at the very beginning, but this Empress has a big belly. It's like she's really, she or he, right, is a feminine or masculine Empress, is ready to birth some sort of a new cycle. And so the end has to come, and the end is painful. And that's the reason why I think you weren't making the move all on your own here. It feels as though you didn't quite get shoved into the new cycle, but I feel like when it began to fall apart, you just walked away. Yeah. I'm not going to fight this tower. I'm just going to walk away and let it go to where it's going to go. Tell me about the High Priestess and trust the great mystery. We've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Two of Pentacles. Ooh, there's a decision here, man, that is going to make you very, very emotional. Before I should draw off the last card. Hang on. Whew, but I had to take a breath there for a second because it feels like a very emotional decision that you're making here. Look, I feel, Sag, that you're about to follow your heart. You're about to follow your intuition. You have some sort of a knowing or knowledge. You might have a Pisces placement that is maybe 12th house, maybe your psychic energy, or maybe it's in your moon. It feels like you are somebody who, it's like you're crying as you walk away. This is a very emotional decision that you're making here, but it feels like this decision does come into play close to the end of the month. It feels like you have to trust the great mystery, my friend. It all is going to end up in balance. We've got card number 65, which is an 11, and 1 and 1 is 2. It feels like this is a decision that you're making. Look, we got 2 and 2, right? A decision that you're making because it's necessary for your stability. It feels like you were going back and forth wondering how you were going to tell them that you were leaving. And I think that you didn't have to tell them. I think something fell apart and they got to see it right along with you. We could be talking about a relationship between friends, between lovers. We do have the Two of Cups. And these 2 cups are just really an indication that we have bonded. We have shared a lot of intimate conversations. We've given each other emotional reciprocity. It does feel like you are leaving because your intuition is telling you to, but pulling away from this is painful. It feels like it's really painful. You know you have to leave it behind because your intuition is telling you to trust as you move forward. It feels like there's a new collaboration that's coming up, whether you see it in the future or not, but it does feel like somebody here is going to dispel some sort of a myth or something that you thought was a lie or something that is concealed from you. It does feel like it, again, is very emotional, but it feels like somebody here has the last word. This could have fallen apart legally. This could have fallen apart. Somebody made a decision and said, no, you can't live in the structure anymore. It's not safe. You've got to leave. That structure could be a relationship. That structure could be a group you belong to. Maybe you're a musician. I don't know. But it feels like there is something here that is going to fall apart and is asking you to trust the process or trust the great mystery. I feel like your intuition, I feel like you're a person who's very close to the veil. You're somebody who is... who keeps the secrets of the universe. That's what it feels like. But I think that you know that it's time to go, but it doesn't make it any easier. The decision to go is not made much easier because I really think that you loved what you were doing, or you loved a person, or you loved the situation, or you loved the bond. But it feels like you've got to go now. And I feel like that the Queen of Cups is depleted emotionally. I can't hold this together anymore emotionally. Either you're upset because you've got to go, or you just could not hold this whole thing together emotionally anymore. Let's put down some cards for the extended. We've got, the Ten of Wands to the Four of Wands. Look, you are really releasing something. Something was weighing on you heavy, and it does feel like you knew that something here was falling apart. So over August, I feel like you noticed this big gap, or that it's time to let go or time to go because there's either more money to be made somewhere. Maybe you end up getting a new job that pays a lot more. It feels like you have to have the strength to take the knowledge and go. All right, so we've got the Ten of Wands. It feels like you've got to let go of whatever has been weighing you down, and I think you do because the Four of Wands is here. We've got the Ace of Wands. If you want to come into the extended and watch me pull this apart, we're going to continue to read and find out what all of these mean in detail. Find out maybe what situation we're talking about. It feels like there is something quite exciting that's showing up here, but not before something here ends. Look, 64 is a 10, and it feels like you are leaving some sort of solid structure. It feels like it is time to go, and if you don't go, it's going to fall apart anyway. Oh, look at this. 5 and 4 is 9, and 6 and 4 is 10. It goes from the 9 to the 10. The 9 says know your worth. You're leaving a place because you know that you can know your worth, know that you can make more money. The Queen of Pentacles knows their worth. All right, so if you want to come into the extended, please look at the pinned comment under this video. You will see there's a link there. There's two of them, one for the membership. That's where I pull all these apart if you're interested in seeing the extended. Also one for private reads. Look, I'm all caught up from the sale. You guys kept me so very busy. Thank you for doing that. But if you're interested, now would be the good time to book. If you're interested in doing that, please go take a look at my prices and packaging. Click the link to Hypsee and you will see all of that stuff there. My pre-recorded readings are no longer on sale, but my live readings are always on sale. So maybe you might want to check there. Oh, we got a 7 of Swords here. We're going to take a look at what is hiding under the surface is the Ace of Cups. We'll find out why that is. I'm going to go for now, but I will be back because I am always back. You take care of you, Sag. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.